Okay, y'all. There is more disturbing information coming out about David and Celeste. And for the love of me, I cannot understand why it took them months and months and months and months to arrest this man. When now we're finding out that he went and brought materials to get rid of her. Y'all, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. The more information that's coming out, the more the prosecutors look soft, y'all. I'm just gonna put it out there. It looks bad for them every time they release more and more information. And we're gonna talk about it. Hello and welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like this video. And thank you all so much for watching. Thank you, thank you, thank you. To my day 1s, 2s, 3s, and 4s, thank you so very much. I appreciate you all and welcome, welcome, welcome. This video is for entertainment and educational purposes only, so everything is alleged. Some is not. And the fair accuse is in my description box, y'all. So let's get to it, y'all. Let's get to it. First, I want to say happy Thursday. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Please stay safe and all that good stuff. Please stay aware of your surroundings. And please, y'all, watch the company that you keep. Because it just may save your life or keep you out of trouble. Okay, y'all? So let's get to it, y'all. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Word on the street is, y'all, this man right here, D4VD, went on Amazon, y'all, and purchased a couple of chainsaws after he allegedly took something you cut a birthday cake with to Celeste and stood by while she, bled out, y'all. This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. The prosecutors are saying. Now, according to new documents found by the prosecutors, investigators are claiming that the singer took some cut the birthday cake with to her till she passed away at his Hollywood Hills home on April the 23rd, y'all, 2025, after ordering an Uber to bring the 1 to the 4-year-old all the way from her family's home to Lake Elsinore in California, y'all. Once she was there, this is what they say is what happened. This is how they're breaking it down. The prosecutors are allegedly saying that David, took some you cut the birthday cake with to her, and this is what was her cause of demise. And they're saying the next day, he ordered a shovel from Home Depot. You can't make this up. This guy, he was destined to go to prison the rest of his life, or he was destined to get the, that demise penalty. Okay, y'all? Which was delivered to his home through Postmates. This is what they're saying. A shovel, y'all. About a week later, on May the 1st, they allege he purchased 2 chainsaws from Amazon, y'all. Also delivered to his home. Y'all, you can't make this up. How in the world did it take them months to arrest this man? How? You could have went to elementary school and got some little ones out of there, and they could have put this case together quicker. I don't understand what took so long. And they said, and 4 days later after that, after getting the chainsaws and all this stuff, 4 days later, he followed up by buying a body bag, heavy duty laundry bags, and a blue inflatable pool, y'all. Inflatable pool. He bought all his products, had them delivered or whatever to his home, where he got rid of her, allegedly, with these things that he ordered online, y'all. You cannot make this up. He should have been arrested when they found out about this. What took so long? And y'all, is she the only one that he done this to? Because he was too comfortable doing this to her, which makes it seem as if he done this before, y'all. Okay? They claimed that David made the purchase under the fake name Victoria Mendez. It still came to his house, though, y'all. So it doesn't matter if it was a fake name or whatever. If it was delivered to his home, case closed for me. I'm just saying. He's done, y'all. This man will never see the light of day unless it is out in, some prison in a park, not in the park, but when they let them come outside. That's the only way he's going to see the light of day. Or looking out a window if they got windows up in there. Y'all, I don't see why they protecting him in the jail. Why ain't he with everybody else? Why can't he be put out with everybody else that's in the jail? Why is he being protected? Ask yourself that question. They're saying that David allegedly placed Celeste's body into a blue inflatable pool to prevent her BLOOD from spilling all over the garage floor. He didn't want it on the floor. You talk about sick, y'all. Prosecutors say he then used a chainsaw and possibly other tools to, take her apart. And they talked about everything in horrific detail, y'all. This is going to be the most saddest demonic court case ever. Court trial ever, y'all. This puts you in a man with the other peoples that we watch, the movies of them doing all kind of gruesome stuff to people and this and that. This is what he's into, y'all. A pool. He went and got a pool, an inflatable pool, y'all. So he went and have to clean up the red stuff off the ground. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Prosecutors are also saying that David amputated the ring and pinky fingers on Celeste's left hand because she had a tattoo of his name on her ring finger, which has not been recovered. So y'all know how sick individuals like this like to have something as they like to hold certain things, memorabilia, you know what I'm saying, y'all. They like to have, when they take people out, in certain movies, if you watch movies like these, not just horror movies, but documentaries of sick individuals, they always like to have something that they keep of that person. And word on the street is her and him got matching tattoos on their fingers. They got matching tattoos. And they found her, that this was a red flag right here, that they found her body parts, but didn't find that ring finger that had, that symbolism, that connection between him and her. They never found that. The fact that was even taken off of her, that was a red flag. He's done, y'all. He's done, y'all. When detectives searched David's rental home in September 2025, authorities say that they found evidence consistent with the, taking a body part, okay, in the inflatable pool, which contained multiple linear cuts. Several biological samples, which tested positive for BLOOD, the red stuff, were collected within the garage area. You mean to tell me it took them this long and they found parts of the pool and fragments of plastic and all of this other mess, which he had in his garage, and it took them this long to do something about it, to arrest this man, y'all? The medical examiner's report noted that there were blue plastic fragments consistent with the blue pool material, according to the prosecutors, y'all, found embedded in Celeste's body parts, y'all. Part of the pool. Oh my God. As for when David and Rivez met, prosecutors are claiming it was way back in 2022 when she was just 1 years old. And some people are going back even further than that they met when she was 10. You got to be a sick individual. It's just like, when you're growing up and you hear about certain kids that they do harm to animals and pets and stuff like that, and then they grow up and they end up being somebody that go to jail for doing stuff like that to people. This ain't no different to me. If you're out here looking for someone that age range to be around, Not just mingle tingle wise, but to be around them and to be, grooming them and doing things like this to them and writing songs about their demise and all of this stuff. Y'all, it was this guy. The longer that he was out, the more danger he was to society, period. Period. They're saying that the documents are saying that there was mingle tingle relationship between them in November 2023 when she was just 1 to the 3 and he was 1 to the 8 years old. Word on the street, y'all. Word on the street. They're saying, the rumors are going around that he was cheating on Celeste unless Celeste got mad and she was going to snitch on him. That's the rumors, y'all. That she got fed up with his bullcrap and she decided that she was going to snitch on him, and he was decided that he'll get rid of her before she snitched on him. But word is she had already snitched on him. He was already under investigation, y'all. Lord have mercy. Why did it take them months to arrest this man? Prosecutors also are saying it's clear when David knew she was really, really young, Celeste's family first reported her missing in February and in April of 2024. And according to the documents, Riverside County Sheriff Department deputies called David on February the 17th after finding his number in Celeste's phone records. They called him and he claimed he had last spoken to her on February the 13th or the 14th, but also said that he didn't know she was that age and he didn't know she was missing. So he was lying to the police. Lying to them. I ain't really know her real age, and I didn't know she was missing. They say Celeste returned home 2 days later and her parents took her phone. Although he could now be aware she was underage, so he knew after they talked to him. Prosecutors say David got back in contact with Celeste by paying a student in her classroom $1,000 to deliver a cell phone to her David had purchased for her. Y'all, you can't make this shit up. So he told the police, I didn't even know how old she was, and I didn't know she was missing. I had no idea. This is what he said, y'all. Now, you done found out her age, and you still snuck and paid a student in her classroom. This is why I tell y'all it's very important. You gotta be careful who kids around and all of that stuff. Their friends, all of that stuff, okay? They got one of the students to give her a phone he purchased for her, since the mama took her phone. And see, everybody was saying that her parents was not, that they was a part of it and they were letting her do this and do that and do that. When you got somebody that conniving and got that type of money to give a student $1,000 just to pass a gift to somebody, what can a parent do? And then she was running away from home over and over and over and over and over again. She kept running away. She wouldn't listen to nothing her parents was saying. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. They said prosecutors say throughout 2024, they traveled together as a couple to Las Vegas, London, and Texas. I thought you have to have ID and all kind of stuff to travel. And they're saying that she met his family. She went and met his family after he found out how old she was, which he already knew in the first place. But he wanted to, make it seem to the police like he didn't even know. There are plenty of text messages and photos. Okay, mingle tingle photos. During this time, they make it clear they were mingling and tingling according to the documents. The night before, Celeste allegedly took the fateful 90-minute Uber ride to David's house. Prosecutors say they had a pause session over text messaging about her being jealous he was hooking up with other women. See, I told y'all this is the rumor that's going around. This is why he took her out, because she found out that he was messing around with other women. So in order for him, this is why she threatened to go tell the police that he's messing with her and she's not of age. So he got rid of her because of that. This is why she was taken out in the first place. He was scared she was about to tell on him, y'all. And she threatened to disclose damaging information about her relationship with him to end his career and destroy his life, y'all. And this is why, he went on and got rid of her. Word on the street. A word on the street, y'all. Everybody's posting it. This is crazy, 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 y'all. And he did all of this, and he turned around and ordered the products that he needed to use to get rid of her on Amazon and Home Depot. Y'all, you can't make this up. David's first studio album was scheduled to be released April the 25th, just 3 days after they got into it. Prosecutors alleged that David started covering his tracks almost immediately. Celeste arrived at his home at 10:10. There go that 11, y'all, p.m. But at 10:30 p.m., he sent texts to her phone asking where she was. Lord have mercy. She was already there. And he was sending texts to her phone so he could lie and say that she never showed up here. He was already getting ready to take her out. It was prepared. It was premeditated to the 25th power, y'all. The DA's office believes that this was part of his premeditated plan to cover up her demise. Okay? At 11:30 p.m. that night, 1 hour after the alleged demise. So he took her out right away when she got there. Okay? David drove to Santa Barbara County, attempting to dispose of her property and destroy evidence, according to prosecutors, and returned home early on April the 24th, the next morning. He returned home to do a radio interview to promote his album on April 26th. He allegedly sent his final text to Celeste's phone. So he was still texting her so he could pretend like he wasn't with her, y'all. They said that prosecutors are claiming that David made 2 more trips to a remote part of Santa Barbara County after his chainsaw and body bag purchase on May the 8th and May the 31st, possibly to dispose of more evidence. They note that Celeste's passport was found in that same area in January of 2026. Lord have mercy, y'all. On July 7th, he ordered a burn cage. Y'all, everybody was talking about the burn cage from Amazon too. Using the Victoria Mendez alias again, which prosecutors think he intended to use to, burn some evidence, y'all. What else would you use a burn cage for? As you know, Celeste's body was found in the back of David's Tesla back in September. And prosecutors say surveillance video confirms the singer was the last person to drive the vehicle on July 29th, 2025, before he left to begin his tour. Now, y'all remember they were saying that his friend was the one, because y'all remember when that private investigator said that, there was some... They was basically saying it was his friend that drove that car last. Now they're saying it was David, y'all. Did he dress like his friend? And this is why the prosecutors thought it was his friend? Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, y'all. David was just arrested 2 weeks ago and was allegedly in possession of 40 terabytes of little ones, videos and pictures at that time. He pled not guilty. Lord have mercy. Not guilty should be the last thing that come out of his mouth. Y'all, Lord have mercy. This guy is demonic. It's all outdoors. For real, for real. He need an exorcism. It is some serious stuff wrong with him. And I hope he don't have no kids. Lord, please say he don't have no kids. Because that DNA is something else. I keep telling y'all. And if somebody's parents is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs like this, and 9 times out of 10, it trickles down. It trickles down. Y'all, rest in peace to this young woman. But if she had listened to her parents, I don't think she would have been in the position that she's in right now. That's why it's so important for youngsters to start listening to their parents. You might think you know more than them, but you don't. You don't. And it's very important that you open, if you don't have a communication, to open it up. If you used to have one, to try again with your parents so that you can, get along with them again. Because there's so many people out here, it's so many vultures out here just waiting and anticipating to get at you. And they want you not to get along with your parents. They want to separate the two so they can be all up in your ear 24/7, grooming you for whatever their plans are. And 9 times out of 10, it's not good, y'all. It's not good. If your parents have looked out for you all your life and made sure you were safe, you're not going to get grown and they're not going to care about you either. You're not going to become a teenager or in your 20s and 30s or 40s and they not care about you neither. Always keep that line of communication open with your family. And if somebody want to come in and get in between that, you should automatically know that person is not the right person for you. Because if you love someone, you want as many other people, especially their family members, to love them too. You don't want to take that love away from their family and get in between that bond. You want to be a part of that too. That's the difference. And somebody that care about you or somebody that just wants to groom you and control you. Okay, y'all? Anyway, please like, share, subscribe if you like the video. Condolences to the family once again. And rest in peace to Celeste. And it's sad that she had to learn the hard way. That she should have listened to her parents, y'all. Anyway, peace.